Man, Cam, first of all, it's good to see you, man. That's kind of first and foremost. How have you been?
Been good. Keeping myself level-headed and just keeping my faith in God every single day, and cheering my teammates on as they finish out the season.
You were diagnosed with deep vein thrombosis. How would you describe that to someone that's never heard of that before?
Keeping simple words, it's a blood clot that I had in my shoulder where my rib was interfering with the blood flowing throughout my arm, and it caused me to have a blood clot.
When did you know something was off?
I woke up to the same sun as everybody, and my shoulder was kind of hurting a little bit. The day before, I was completely fine. And, yeah, I woke up one day, my shoulder was hurting. I felt like I slept on the wrong side of the bed. I'm a crazy sleeper, so I felt something was off. And then woke up, went to shoot around, felt fine. I felt it was like it was tolerated that I could, play basketball. And ever since then, 2 days later, it kept hurting a little bit, and I knew something was off. And then we went to Memphis. That was the second game we played after San Antonio. I woke up the same situation. Shoulder was hurting a little bit, and then went to shoot around in Memphis. I backed up to the mid range. I shot like 5 air balls. And I knew something was wrong, and then
'Cause you've never done that before.
5 air balls is crazy in the mid range, but yeah, shot 5 air balls. I went to the three, tried to see if I had a three, and then I didn't hit the net. And then I took my shirt off, and then my arm was like the size of like a golf ball, and I felt like a 150 pound weight just like was bearing off of my right shoulder, and my left arm looked tiny as I don't know what. So I knew something was wrong after that.
Cam, once you figured out something was off and you went and got, obviously the doctor's looking at you, what was the next step trying to correct it?
The next step was to try to get treatment, just trying to figure out what it was because nobody really knew what it was. It was kind of like just random and um, like out of the ordinary. Like nobody that's really like happened. That didn't really happen to like anybody before. It was just like how it happened was just random. I just woke up and my arm was just like the size of a golf ball. It wasn't the same with my left arm. My right arm was cold. My veins was like popping out, and it was my shoulder was really heavy. So they rushed me to the hospital in Memphis, and they couldn't find anything. They said everything was negative, so everything was fine. So then again, they didn't really know what it was. I got treatment when I got back to the Wizards facility, and then they said I got treatment after that. I did a little more form shooting, more treatment, and then it still was hurting. I was like, I knew like I had to, go to the hospital around in D.C. and Maryland because they had the best doctors around in the country. So went there and then did an ultrasound in Maryland, D.C., and then they found a blood clot in my arm.
What was your reaction when they told you that?
I'd be sitting here lying to you if I wasn't really mad and upset, and I was definitely disappointed in myself, not just myself, but um, disappointed. And I mean, yeah, it was a tough time, a tough month. I couldn't really figure out what I want to do with myself. I mean, it was just I had to relax and keep myself level-headed and keep my faith in God that He got me no matter what.
And then you had three successful procedures. Can you kind of walk us through it if you're
Yeah,
comfortable
yeah.
talking about it?
The first procedure was to get the blood clot. It was like to suck the blood clot out enough where I could really able to move my arm around like I can used to, because like everything was stuck and like stable. Like I couldn't really move my arm around or have any range of motion with my shoulder or my arm. So the surgery was the 31st, the big surgery where to take my first rib out. That was the 31st, and the 28th was the first surgery where to get enough blood out, dirty blood to take my rib out. So the first surgery was kind of light, not really light, but it was kind of light where it was doable. Came back home the same day. Was a little nauseous, but the second surgery was where I was definitely hurting a little bit. So yeah, they took my first rib out. You don't really need it, but yeah, they took my first rib out. When I woke up, I've heard it was kind of painful. Trying to sit comfortably where it was doable, but the doctors definitely made it sound like it was nice and smooth and easy, but it was a tough surgery where I had to be hospitalized for about like 4 to 5 days, And yeah, after that, a couple of my teammates, well, I'm not gonna lie, it was majority of all my teammates wished me a speedy recovery, and you know, they let me know that I was still, known in the locker room, and that I was still with them throughout the season. Same thing with the coaching staff. Still grateful for all them that they came out, front office too, Will and Michael. So it was definitely a blessing. I was very grateful for all them.
I want to get to that in a moment, but I want to go back to, it's one thing to kind of rehab the physical part,
Yeah.
but I'm curious about the mental part. How were you able to process blood clot, 3 procedures, coming out of it? Now what? How did you deal with the mental side?
Read a lot of books. I did a lot of time playing the game, but I'm not gonna lie, like I wouldn't be here again. I said this like a long time ago before. I would not be here without my parents, my mom and my dad. I'm grateful for, at least having the blood clot. Me being at home, where like it's right up the street, not right up the street, but like at least an hour away. My parents can come down and be there for me throughout the every step of the way. But I'll say I had 3 procedures, but the second one was the most toughest one I've ever had probably in my life. After when I got the rib taken out, they had it was a tube. I got 3 surgeries, one under my arm, 2 it's on my back. Every time I had to get up or use the bathroom, get up and take some walks around the hospital, I had to carry a tube. And my parents were just, being there for me, carrying that tube for me, and just, taking shifts. Like my dad would come throughout the day, my mom would come out the night, and they would, switch every time. So it was kind of a tough time for all of us, but I'm lucky we got through it all.
We were in Charlotte, I think, when we got the news, and I don't know if you watched the game, but I'm a husband and a father first, and all I could think about was your health, and I just wanted to make sure, like, you knew, at least from the broadcast group, we were thinking about you. Obviously, your teammates and the organization was doing that. I want to first start with your teammates. What was it like, just them being around and reaching out to you during that time?
Yeah, I feel like it was majority. It was literally every single body. They made like little videos and sent it to me, and wished me a speedy recovery, wished me a great surgery. I don't know what game was that they won. I think it was the Bucks, the game before the Bucks game. CJ hit the game winner. They all went to the locker room. We have this little song called "𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗡" by 𝗦𝗢𝗢𝗡𝗧, and they all was dancing to it.
What's up, boy? Checking in after that post-game dub. Hey, we know you got surgery tomorrow. We're just wishing you good luck, all safety. Get back to us soon, bro. We miss you.
It was a happy moment for all of us.
What did you feel when they send you a video like that coming off a win and they're having the presence of mind to think of you during that time?
I definitely smiled and laughed while I was watching the video.
Yeah,
for sure.
The coaching staff, what was it like during that time having BK and the staff reach out to you?
Yeah, not even just reaching out. BK came to the hospital, checked up on me before and after the surgery. We had some good talks, and I got to learn more a little bit about him. He got to learn more about me. Also, same thing with the GM Will and Michael Winger. He definitely came out a lot. He met my parents, talked. They had a good fellowship with me, my dad, my mom, and him, and it was just definitely an eye opener that they really care about me and really want me here.
Because it's more about the person than the athlete. I think this culture, they're trying to have the players and maybe even the fans understand they think about you more than just what you can do for them on the floor. You felt that?
I definitely felt that. Like he didn't have to show up like at 6:30 a.m. in the morning, 7 a.m. Like same thing with Will, like 6 a.m. Like it was definitely. I was definitely happy to see them for sure. It definitely felt good for me.
And the medical staff, people that you've been around, obviously since you've been here, what was it like before, during, and after that?
Like I said, like before, nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew what was happening. It was just a weird incident where it was just like couldn't really be treated. Like they was trying to treat me like the dry needling and the massages, but long story short, like they definitely stayed with me throughout the process. They texted me, called me, checked up on me, and still to this day, they're trying to make sure I'm okay. So also a big thank you to Dr. Medina too for being with me for the early mornings, early meetings, and he could definitely do whatever he wants to do, like be with his family. But he stayed with me and stayed with my parents, and got to learn more about me and also my parents too. So,
Cam, how important was it for you to kind of return to the bench and sit there and watch the game, even though you know you're not going to be able to play? What have you learned about maybe yourself watching the game and your teammates?
I would say it's definitely, humbling that I can be able to sit down and, even with the trades and everything, the chaos, learn more about my teammates, learn more about my new teammates, and see the game with a different view, and just learn about, more offenses and the defenses that the coach puts in, and learn more about the NBA game and the NBA play style of where I'm going to be at for next season, and how I can help this team win more games next season and impact the team in a different way.
One teammate in particular I want to ask you about is Bub.
Yeah.
So you started smiling. So you already. How long have you known him?
I know my son probably since it's been like at least 5th grade, 6th grade. When I was in 6th grade, he was in 5th. Yeah.
I want to show you a picture, and I want you to give me your first reaction when you see it. Okay.
Yeah, that was what draft was that? That was his draft.
That was his draft.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, he got some of that.
What does that mean to you when you see that?
We came a long way, a long way, to the Mount Royal days back in Baltimore, when we was flipping tires in the hallway, and I was kicking his butt in practice. No, but for real, it was 2 kids in Baltimore at Team Mello, just little kids didn't even know he was gonna make it to the NBA because we was like 7th, 8th grade, and we didn't know he was gonna make it. He was going to McDonough, I was going to Spalding, and I was playing against him. And I'm not even gonna lie, I was definitely proud of him at this moment. And I've been seeing him from the growth he had since McDonough, 9th grade, all the way up to him going to St. Francis, and then now he's going to Pitt. And I've been following him, and the growth spurt he hit. And he's definitely got a whole lot better, and he has a bright future. And I told him in that during that day and during that pick, I told him he has a bright future for sure.
You mentioned 2 kids from Baltimore putting this Wizards jersey on. What does that mean to you the first time you put it on? What was your kind of reaction to, I'm home?
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in, it can be any other jersey, but I take a lot of pride in this jersey for sure, because not even that, me and my dad used to come to these games religiously, all the time, where it was a must, at least to the games, at least twice a week for sure. But being able to be from here, and growing up with my man's Bub, and just knowing that we can't take this for granted. We can't just run around the court, just give no effort. We have to, we have a Washington across our chest, Wizards across our chest, where we grew up right down the street. So we have to play hard, not just for us, for those before us, for sure.
You posted a picture when you was a kid here in this arena.
Yeah.
A selfie with 𝗪𝗭𝗏.
Yeah.
Man, you're a Wizard. That's kind of crazy, right? That's a full circle moment.
Underrated Wizard right there.
Yeah.
It was I remember every single moment. John Wall days, Bradley Beal days, 𝗪𝗭𝗏𝗘, Trevor Ariza, Porter. It's definitely I definitely remember all those days. Maybe too young a little bit for the Go Arenas days, but I definitely remember Caron Butler and all them. So yeah.
Do you have an all-time starting 5 Wizards team?
Yeah, John Wall at the 1, Arenas at the 2, Pierce at the 3. Oof. I'm not gonna lie, he was very underrated, but I liked him here on the team. Nene at the 4,
I like that.
Kurtzat at the 5. Yeah.
So you're coming off the bench?
I come out with 6-man.
Okay, 6-man coming off the bench. I like that. One of my favorite Cam Whitmore moments this year was in Detroit. I wasn't even calling the game. I was just there because it was on national TV, and I just saw you on the baseline. And my first thought was there's no way in hell he's going to jump over Jalen Duren like that. And the next thing I knew, the crowd, we're on the road.
Yeah.
The crowd was like, ooh. What were you thinking at that point? Did you think you were going to do that?
I mean, I had to. There's nothing else. I couldn't move around him, so I had to jump over him. So it's either that or, I mean, spray the ball out. But I trust my instincts. Yeah.
Is that your favorite moment so far in the Wizards uniform?
Yeah. I would definitely say that was my favorite and best moment. I felt like even though we lost, that was a fun game. Like, that game was just fun overall. Like, the crowd was in it. The whole team was in it. We went to overtime, but even though it was a tough loss, but I mean, we came back and beat them a few days ago, so we got our revenge. But it was definitely a fun game.
I feel like that was like a high leverage regular season game that had some pop to it, and for you guys to be in the fight like that. How many times have you looked at the dunk? Be honest.
I'm not gonna lie. After that day, I definitely looked at the dunk like probably at least 100 times. that day for sure, 100 times. But I mean, people kept sending it to me, and probably they still sending it to this day. I'm like, yo, since when did you dunk on Durant? Like, you probably like 250. I mean, I'm like, hey, I'm almost the same weight.
Exactly. It didn't surprise you then?
Nah, I mean,
you've been dunking for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I trust my instinct. I trust my athletic ability. I mean, I still believe I'm one of the best athletes in the league right now. So.
Did you look over at the bench to see your teammates' reaction when it happened, or you just kind of locked in?
I was locked in. At that moment when I dunked on, I was like, yeah, we got to win. Like,
have you seen your teammates' reaction when you did it?
No, because we were on the other side of the court. And I think I was looking at him. I'm not gonna lie.
You were looking.
I was looking at him.
You didn't say nothing though, right?
Nah, I didn't say nothing. Because everything happened so fast. I was like, yeah.
I think I asked you at the time, and you just started laughing before the shoot around. You just started laughing. You're like, yeah, I saw it. I saw it a lot. I want to ask you, the trade deadline has kind of come and gone. Your thoughts on the additions of Trae Young and also Anthony Davis?
Yeah. I mean, shoot. I mean, resume speaks for itself. Too. I don't know. I think 4-time plus All-Star. So it's definitely going to be a big help, and we're definitely going to make our run for probably at least like top 3 in the East next year. And definitely we still have more work to do as a whole, but the East needs to, definitely be on the lookout, because we definitely got some guys from like 1 man to the 15th man. So, I mean, it's always next man up mentality, but you definitely can, have a race for the playoffs next year.
My last question is, even adding Trae and Anthony, I think you guys are still the 4th youngest team in the league. So there's a lot of young guys in the locker room. How would you kind of describe your chemistry?
We're young and skilled. We got young legs. I mean, I feel like that's like the best advantage. We got young legs and young guys who are very skilled in every aspect of the game, and I think like everybody can do at least more than 2 things on the court, from like, I mean, the 1 man to the 15th man overall. So I think it will be a good advantage.
Man, it's good to see you. We started the interview that way. Can't wait to see you back out on the floor, and just thanks for just spending some time with us and educating a lot of us on kind of what you were going through. And as I was telling you before the interview, I might start calling you Dr. Whitmore, the way you was able to describe that stuff.
Yeah, I really had to pay attention to the doctor, because it's definitely life-threatening and life injury. So I appreciate you for having me.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you.